We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Showtime. Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy. I feel the need for speed. Ow! All right. Foreground. Yeah. I got the river deep down. Welcome all my friends. Welcome all my friends.
Welcome everybody. On behalf of the Jordan family and the entire staff, welcome to Wiscasset Speedway. This is your track announcer, Ken Minot, ready to bring you the call of today's race program. And finally, the most important rule while you're here today, have fun.
Welcome all my friends. Welcome all again.
The drivers are ready. The crew is ready. We hope you're ready too. It's race time at Wiscasset Speedway. Get settled in, folks. The show starts now.
Hey, shake and bake, Cal! Woo! Shake and bake! With that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wiscasset Speedway. Better late than never. Appreciate your patience. The track is dry. It's a little bright over toward turn 3, but we won't scare it away. We've got Group 1 in action tonight, regular race program for our 5 Group 1 divisions. Modifieds, Pro Stocks, 4-cylinder Pros, Thunder 4 Minis, and Super Streets. Today's Pepsi Spotlight is the Thunder 4 Minis. We're going to kick off the show, though, with the Davis Erector Group 207 Crate Modifieds. One heat race for these guys to go along with their 30-lap feature tonight. Regular points racing tonight, so regular handicap, which is drivers' points the last 4 races. This will put the Hall of Famer Alan Moeller at the point in the number 60 to his outside, the number 26 of Ryan Neal. Row 2 has 2-time winner Ethan Guptill in the 14 with Bad Brad Babb on the outside of the number 33. Then comes your point leader in the number 15. That is Nick Hinckley to his outside. Coming off his career best here at Wiscasset, Travis Buzzell in the 3. Reigning champion Ryan Phillips in the number 89. Not related on the outside is the number 8 of Doug Phillips. And Richard Jordan in the 68 taking a quick exit. And we're ready to go racing. Nate Sennett's on the flag stand tonight for Dave Sturgis. Let's go racing.
And we're green. Side by side on the front row. Alan Moeller, Ryan Neal. Still wheel to wheel, but Ryan Neal goes way high out of 4. Up into the 3rd groove, and he's going to fall back to 3rd. Not a very good corner 4 exit that time for Ryan Neal. Oh, there's contact. Ryan drives it in deep. Oh, man. That was... Oh, we got trouble. We got smoke. Somebody went up in smoke. Well, lots happening right off the bat here. Ryan Phillips in the wall. Travis Buzzell in the wall. Ethan Guptill spun in the 14, but he refires it.
Both drivers okay, but both are going to need assistance getting off the track. Right front damage on the 89 and left rear damage on the, left rear damage on the 3. Buzzell's trying to drive it away.
A lot of smoke before the spin. Ken, I don't know if somebody blew up or if a couple of cars had their tires touching, causing the smoke. But also right before that, we had another close call between Brad Babb and Ryan Neal going into turn 3 a couple of laps prior. Ryan Neal drove it in a little too hard and got in the back of Brad Babb, and probably if it was most drivers, Brad's car would have gone spinning, but Brad kept it underneath him.
Yeah, Travis Buzzell trying to nurse that car on his own around to get to the pit. His pit stall just off of turn 1, so not too far for him to go. Ryan Phillips, the reigning champion, had worked his way up to second in points after a really tough start to his season, and they will have to get to work on trying to salvage anything for tonight. They thought maybe a broken tie rod on the number 3, but he's got that car under control a little better than if he had a broken tie rod, but we'll see. Little left rear damage, as I mentioned.
Yeah, I think the rear bumper Nerf bar was pushed into the tire, causing some smoke off of it right there and limping it around as slowly as possible, trying not to cut the tire.
Yeah, so a quick Pro Body Works cleanup this afternoon. Just 2 laps into this one. This division has produced 6 different winners this season. Just its second year has proved to be a highly competitive division, but Nick Hinckley actually holds the largest point lead of any class coming into this weekend as well here in the modifieds, as he comes in with a 52-point advantage over Ryan Phillips, and that's only going to get wider here with what's going on early in this one. Yeah, Mike Carlton letting us know over there in turn 1 the right front tire's just kind of hanging there, and they can't get it up high enough off the ground, so they're going to try to tie that right front tire up onto the car. Now they're able to drive away. These cars are so low to the ground. You lift them up too much, you get the fuel cell dragging.
These are our 207 crate mods, brought to you by Davis Erector Group. They are Maine's trusted team for steel erections, fabrication support, and commercial construction projects across New England. When a job needs to be done safely, on schedule, and built to last, contractors turn to Davis Erector Group. From structural steel to complex industrial work, they keep projects standing strong. Learn more or connect with their team today. Davis Erector Group, building the backbone of Maine's future. Travis Buzzell in the 3 returns. So the only ones in the pits now are the 8 of Doug Phillips and Ryan Phillips. As Ken mentioned, no relation between them. And then Richard Jordan, he came out for one. Oh, hey, Richard's coming back out. He didn't take the initial green. Came out under pace lap conditions, but dropped out with something wrong with it. So he's going to join the party once again in the 68. That's Richard Jordan. Ryan Phillips is going to be towed in the back way. And we're finally just about ready to rock and roll. They'll start crossing them up with Alan Moeller versus Brad Babb on the front. 2 laps complete, 8 to go. And up next will be our Pepsi Spotlight division of the day. The Thunder 4 Minis tonight are going to have their heat race after this. The Thunder 4 Minis are brought to you weekly by the Maine Army National Guard. And they are our Spotlight feature tonight, brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi is our official Spotlight feature partner. Fuel up with the official soft drink of Wiscasset Speedway. Make it a Pepsi. And we're going green. And Brad Babb almost clear of Moeller. Out of turn 2, Moeller still has the nose in there. He's going to prevent Brad Babb from taking the lead to himself so far. Moeller coming back strong on the inside. Nick Hinckley's up to 3rd. Ryan Neal in 4th. Brad Babb, exactly how he was on the backstretch last time around. Still can't quite clear Moeller. Alan Moeller, the seasoned veteran, still knows how to get the job done. He's going up against the young gun Brad Babb, making it difficult. And they get the halfway flags. Moeller's going to clear Brad Babb. Look at that, number 60, with the Hall of Fame Wiscasset racer Alan Moeller taking the lead to himself. Brad Babb is going to get in line just in front of Nick Hinckley. Hinckley was unable to keep it tight enough to prevent Brad from getting in there. So Brad settled in single file for about a lap and a half, but here he goes to the top once again. He hit the reset, let the tires cool down for a moment, and he's making another go at it. 2 laps to go. Brad Babb almost able to bring it up wheel to wheel, that time on the backside. White flag's gonna be waving this time. Travis Buzzell making a pass on Ryan Neal for 4th. Brad Babb with the nose advantage down the backstretch. They are gonna be coming to the checkered. It's gonna be either Brad Babb or Alan Moeller. Who's gonna get it? Brad Babb. What a race. First qualifier of the day does not disappoint. Nice job by Brad Babb in the 33. He was patient, he was steady. He settled it in single file for a moment, then he locked and reloaded on the top side, and Brad Babb got the job done on the final lap. Pulling into qualifier victory lane with official track photographer Jason Dickey. You can find all of the Wiscasset Speedway photos at jasondickeyphotography.com for some beautiful photos of Wiscasset Speedway in high quality resolution. Jason Dickey does an amazing job with the photography at Maine's biggest and fastest track. Now the Thunder Fours are getting ready for their Spotlight feature qualifying. The Spotlight feature on a weekly basis is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi has supported Maine communities for generations, and they're with us again for another great season of short track racing. Grab a Pepsi, settle in, and enjoy the show at Wiscasset Speedway with Pepsi. Thunder 4 mini qualifier has Jeff Farrington and Sean Bergeron on the front row. Row 2 has Doug DeGroat and Derek Cook. In row 3, you'll find Shane Weber and Ricky Austin. Row 4 has Josh Morse and Carson Bellows, and Zachary Hatch wraps up the 9-car field. Looking for the green flag. And the 73, Sean Bergeron, a little slow on the start. They're splitting him 3 wide. He's going backwards down the middle. Derek Cook capitalizes around the outside, going from 4th to 2nd in a hurry. And he's probably not done yet. Here he goes, putting a nose to the outside of Jeff Farrington. And we're going to be handle to handle down the backstretch for the top spot with Jeff Farrington versus Derek Cook. Derek Cook just about clear. He's going to get it done down the backstretch, put that 88 up to the front. Farrington is not done with company just yet. Here comes the 84 and the 7 of Shane Weber. The 84 of Doug DeGroat loses a little traction up on the top side. And Shane Weber is going to find an opening underneath Farrington. Farrington has a slip up down the backstretch and leaves the door wide open. Shane Weber is going to snatch up second, but not without a little contact first. Slight contact into turn 1 shakes up Weber for just a moment, but he's unfazed and holds down second at the halfway flags. 4 laps to go for Derek Cook. Shane Weber in second. That 84 is Doug DeGroat, holding down third, and we're side by side for 4th and 5th. Farrington and Ricky Austin. Ricky Austin is going to get the job done on the outside and move up to 4th. He's the most recent feature winner in the Thunder 4 class in that number 42X. Ricky Austin is on the move. Had to start deep in the field, and he's worked his way up to 4th. 2 laps to go for Derek Cook. Shane Weber is comfortably in second. Ricky Austin closing in on 3rd. Doug DeGroat trying to hold on for a top 3 in the qualifier, but Ricky Austin is coming. Watch that chrome green number 42 closing up the gap on Bergeron. Doug DeGroat, that is. White flag is out. Derek Cook has it in the bag. Shane Weber very comfortably in second. Ricky Austin is there to the back bumper of DeGroat for 3rd. Checkered flag flies for Cook in the 88. It's the squirrel, Shane Weber, holding down second. And Doug DeGroat does hold off Ricky Austin for 3rd. He climbed up on the curb out of the final corner trying to protect the very bottom, and he did it. Derek Cook in the 88C picks up the Pepsi Spotlight feature qualifier race for the Thunder Fours. And once again, Pepsi is an official partner of Wiscasset Speedway. When the engines fire and the grandstands shake, cool off with the crisp, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Pepsi. Here come the Darlings Brunswick Ford Super Streets. Darlings Brunswick Ford is your Mid-Coast headquarters for new and used Fords. From F-Series trucks, built for real Maine work, to family-ready SUVs, their team makes buying easy and stress-free. Stop by Cook's Corner and see why Darlings Brunswick Ford is the dealership people trust across Mid-Coast Maine. Darlings Brunswick Ford. You'll love the way they make you feel. Super Street lineup goes a little something like this, with Brandon Jewett in the 77, Dan Nesmith in the 48, Josh Hall starts third in the 117, Kevin Douglas in the 43. Row 3 has Andy Caherl and Kevin Sherman. Row 4 has Richard Bubba Pelton and Noah Haggett. Row 5 has David Greenleaf versus Ben Jewett, and Alex Cromwell rounds out the field. Dan Nesmith versus Brandon Jewett. Out front, pacing the field, Nesmith has the advantage on the 77, and he's going to clear out of 4. Slamming going into 1, Josh Hall and Kevin Sherman come together. Kevin Douglas looking to the outside of Nesmith for the lead. Out of 4. Kevin Douglas is going to take it. Josh Hall boxed in, it looks like. Kevin Sherman's making some moves on the outside. Brandon Jewett in the 77 keeping Josh Hall boxed in, it looks like. Hall's now going to go to the top. Brandon Jewett is doing a great job holding his own. Kevin Sherman was unable to get the job done. Now Andy Caherl is going to rise to the challenge. Jewett goes up. Andy Caherl gets underneath. Slicing and dicing for third place. Jewett was holding the bottom for much of it, but he made a mistake out of 4, and Andy Caherl capitalized. Here comes Bubba Pelton as well. Put that 27 up to 4th. 4 laps complete, 4 to go. And here comes Noah Haggett as well. He's looking to crack the top 5 as Kevin Douglas pulls away. Kevin Douglas is back in the 43. Dan Nesmith having a real good run in car number 48. Andy Caherl in the 19 sits 3rd. Bubba Pelton 4th. Noah Haggett is up to 5th. Here comes the rookie, Alex Cromwell. He's going to take 6th away from Jewett. The number 96, Alex Cromwell, in only his 2nd Super Street event. Andy Caherl closing the gap on Dan Nesmith. They're going to be looking at the white flag this time for Douglas. Andy Caherl knocking on the door on Nesmith, as well as Bubba Pelton has tightened it up as well with 3 cars almost under a blanket. Nesmith looks like he's going to hold him off. Kevin Douglas picks up the win. Nice run for Dan Nesmith in 2nd. Andy Caherl fends off Bubba Pelton for 3rd. Pelton settles for 4th. Noah Haggett rounds out the top 5. Your defending Super Street champion of 2025. Darlings Brunswick Ford Super Street qualifier win goes to the 43 of Kevin Douglas. Racing for car owner Peter Lint. Up next, the T&L Automotive Pro Stocks. This is going to be the final Pro Stock tune-up race before the $10,000 to win Boss Hog 150 coming up in 2 weekends. These guys are gearing up for most of theirs biggest race of the year in the prestigious Boss Hog 150 weekend. Here's your Pro Stock starting lineup. Logan Melcher is back in the 41 with Stephen Jacoin, the most recent feature winner, alongside him. Row 2 has Andy Gilbert and Nick Hinckley. Row 3 is Austin Terrace and Shane Lane. Row 4 is Marco Gilbert and J.R. Robinson. And Kelly Moore wraps up the field. Green flag is out. Logan Melcher is going to clear Jacoin out of 2. Andy Gilbert keeps the inside filled underneath the 0-1. Melcher pulling away. Side by side for second. Austin Terrace knocking on the door. Gilbert's going to take second. Austin Terrace looks to the inside of Jacoin. And Austin Terrace is going to move up to third in the Nitro Trailers number 72. Nick Hinckley as well getting to the inside of Jacoin in a moment. Jacoin, very surprisingly, did not drop down in line. He looks like he's struggling in the 0-1 tonight. Side by side for fourth, Nick Hinckley and Stephen Jacoin. Logan Melcher was involved in a substantial crash a couple weeks ago. As you can see, he's got a bunch of brand new body panels on the front. But that car looks to be just as fast as ever. In the 41, Logan Melcher is comfortably in charge. Andy Gilbert holding his own, but Terrace might get underneath him here. Andy Gilbert slipped up out of turn 4. Or maybe he just let him have it. Terrace is going to fill the inside line. Austin Terrace was the Boss Hog champion 2 years ago in his own Cushman competition number 29. And Logan Melcher is the defending Boss Hog champion. So we've got the most recent 2-year Boss Hog 150 champions in first and second right now under the white flag. Logan Melcher gearing up for the Boss Hog 150 in 2 weeks. He'll pick up the qualifier. Logan Melcher is back with a vengeance after tearing up the car quite substantially 2 weeks ago. The car is not as pretty as it once was, but that's not what makes it fast. Logan Melcher looking stout in the 41 once again. Austin Terrace, as I said, won the Boss Hog 2 years ago, but he makes his Wiscasset Speedway debut of the season in that Nitro Trailers number 72. He might have something for Logan in the feature, but he was caught deep in the field for that heat race. Nice job once again to Logan Melcher, the defending Boss Hog winner, in a very exciting finish in last year's Boss Hog 150 with him versus Silas Ripley. $10,000 to win in 2 weeks, September 5th and 6th weekend for the Boss Hog 150. Don't miss it, folks. Different start times for those race dates. So they're both going to start at 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday for Boss Hog weekend, 2 p.m. But they're still just $5 each to get in every day of the Boss Hog weekend. Last heat race of the evening. After this, we're going to jump right into the 207 Crate Mod feature. And then after that feature, it will be intermission time. Last qualifier right here with the 4-cylinder pros, brought to you by County Trust Company. We've got Austin Spencer in the 11, Brody Pickard in the 99. Row 2 has Adam Taylor in the 8 and Jay Plummer in the 45. Row 3 has Rowdy Romano in the 3 and Chastity Shorty in the 19. And the 4th and final row has Max Parlin and the rookie Nick Spiotta. We're going green. 10 laps for the Pro 4s. Austin Spencer on the inside. Brody Pickard on the outside. 2 by 2 all the way through the field still. Pickard with a slight advantage, but he overdrives the corner and washes up high. Austin Spencer, this time with the nose advantage. Brody Pickard had it 2 corners ago. Austin Spencer is going to clear him and put that 11 large and in charge out front. Here comes Adam Taylor in the 8. Adam Taylor is also going to snatch up second away from Pickard in the 99. Jay Plummer trying to make some moves on the top side in the red 45 as Adam Taylor closes the gap on Spencer. Close quarters into turn 1. Adam Taylor slightly had a nose in there. Spencer is on defense right now in the 11. Slip up from Taylor there in turns 3 and 4. Possibly locked up the brakes. I thought I saw a little tire smoke from the 8. The car washed up out of the groove, but he resets it and he's closing back in on Spencer once again. We're halfway. 4 to go. 5 to go, make it. And the entire field can't get any tighter than that. Austin Spencer leading them all. Looks like Taylor might be thinking about going to the outside. Maybe not quite. Spencer left the door open. More close quarter action into 1. Oh, man. Adam Taylor's playing real nice to that 11. Jay Plummer's making moves on the outside. He picks off Brody Pickard. Now working on Taylor. What a tight bunch for the Pro 4 class. Adam Taylor moves up a little bit right in the tracks of Jay Plummer, trying to upset that outside line. 2 to go. These guys are a little unsure where to go, it looks like, especially for the 8. He's been trying the bottom, trying the top, but Jay Plummer is going to prevent him from going back to the top this time. Oh, we got contact out of 4. Brody Pickard sideways across the nose of Rowdy Romano, but they straighten it back up and the race stays green with 1 lap to go. These are the final corners 3 and 4 as Jay Plummer picked them all off on the outside. Checkered flag flies. And it was Austin Spencer. What a finish. I think Jay Plummer had him going into 3, but Austin Spencer did a great job to fight back out of the final corner. And that qualifier goes to the 11. Good catch on that, Wendy. Thank you. Jay Plummer settles for second in the 45. Adam Taylor was with a valiant effort all over the back bumper of these guys, but unable to progress. He settles for 3rd, but hey, folks, this is the very first checkered flag that this young gentleman has been able to hold here. Austin Spencer picks up a heat race checkered flag.
Just getting one more car in line for our first feature of the afternoon for the 207 Crate Modifieds. I want to let you know we're back in action next Saturday here at Wiscasset. Group 2 returns, plus it's our 3rd Enduro of the season. And we know a lot of folks heading up the road for the Catalina Wine Mixer up in Route 26, and we still do our thing down here. We always race an enduro that night, so it's always one of our more fun nights when it comes to enduro racing. Expecting a packed house for that, and a lot of fun. With Group 2 with late models, strictly streets. What else we do on that night? The sport modifieds, the road runners. I got it. All right. So hope you guys can join us for that one. And as Nick had mentioned, 2 weeks from tonight is the annual Labor Day doubleheader with racing on Saturday afternoon at 2. And then on Sunday, September 6th, will be the annual Boss Hog 150 presented by Nitro Trailers. The Maine Army National Guard has stepped up to sponsor the time trial awards for that one. We'll pay out the 2 fastest times. And remember last year, Daniel Harding and Kelly Moore tied for a brand new track record for Pro Stocks here at Wiscasset Speedway. So we'll see if that record can be broken again. As we take the turn for the home stretch. This is week 19 of the 2026 season, and we'll take the turn to the home stretch. Still more big races to come, as we mentioned, the Boss Hog, of course, and then we've got, as we head into the middle of September, we'll get into championship weeks presented by the Maine Air National Guard, and we'll wrap up Group 2 championship day with the Strictly Shootout. Dave Brandon's already hard at work on getting that one ready. The Strictly Shootout presented again by Thayer Competition Engines. And we'll finish it out, as always, the first weekend of October with Fall Fury, with a little bit of fun racing with Crown Vics that day, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, and the Fall Fury 150. And that enduro is a little bit different than others we run. During the regular season, our enduros are for non-regular racers. But the Fall Fury 150 is open for all racers to run in, so even our regular guys can hop down into an enduro car to have some fun that day. And always some good money on the line for that. With our enduro next week, we'll be posting stuff on our Facebook page and website, but we've got some bonus money being thrown in on the enduro next week, so that bonus money thrown on any drivers that finish the race. You don't necessarily have to be on the lead lap, but if you are still racing under the checkers, you could be 20 laps down, but if you finish that race, then you will get some bonus money. We'll be putting out all the details on that in the coming days. The Ward and Son Builders Kids Club has always been a big thing here at Wiscasset Speedway. We appreciate Steve Ward and his whole family and their support of our kids here at Wiscasset Speedway. And Penny and all her hard work. We're giving away backpacks tonight, by the way. We gave away a lot of them last week for Group 2, and we've got another big pile of them today to give away. So we'll be drawing those names off in a little bit. Penny's also going to be drawing off the enduro car that you see out near the main entrance. Jeff Davis, nice enough to donate that Honda. You can race it in the next enduro, and like I said last week, I mean, that car looks pretty good. If you went to the right garage, you might even get a sticker on it, but we'd like to see it out here on the track racing in the next enduro. You might even have a chance to get a ticket. Penny's got a few tickets left, $20, and that car could be yours, and all the proceeds go to benefit the Racing Cancer fundraiser that we're doing right now to benefit the Dean Snell Cancer Foundation. This is the 8th year we're doing it. And I believe with the progress that we've had, and of course the Cancer Walk coming up on Boss Hog weekend, but we should be able to break the $100,000 mark this season in funds raised for that great organization. We've all had people in our lives affected by cancer. We've had racing friends and family here that have been affected by it that we've lost, and this great organization, the Dean Snell Cancer Foundation, they provide day-to-day living expenses for cancer patients undergoing treatment. They don't pay for the treatment, but they help pay for the day-to-day living expenses of getting around, getting groceries, and the things that they need to make their life as comfortable as they can while they're going through this. So you want to find out more about how you can help. You can get a pledge sheet from Penny at the Kids Club table and join us for the Racing Cancer Walk. Or you can buy a ticket to the Enduro car. You can buy the raffle tickets. And we are ready to turn things right around and run our first feature of the evening, and it is for the Davis Erector Group 207 Crate Modifieds. 30 laps for the Mod Squad in their feature race. And the way lineups work here with one heat race, the feature lineup will have any non-feature winners lined up first, followed by previous race winners in the order that they qualify, then the top three from the most recent race. And Richard Jordan always likes to start at the back of the field and just get out there and have some fun with racing whenever he can. So the lineup for this one has Alan Moeller and Brad Babb on the front row. Then comes Ryan Neal and Ethan Guptill on row 2. Nick Hinckley, the point leader, in the 15, with Travis Buzzell in the 3. Richard Jordan in the 68. We're missing 2 cars, unfortunately. One of them being your reigning champion and second place point man. That is Ryan Phillips, not able to answer the call. Doug Phillips as well, not able to make the feature. Let's go. Nate Sennett gives him the green, and we're off and running. Brad Babb with a big jump out around that number 60 of Alan Moeller and put Babb in the lead. He's a one-time feature winner. Moeller settles into second. Ryan Neal third. Then comes the 15 of Nick Hinckley. Travis Buzzell up a spot, and Ethan Guptill finally settles it down. Four drivers out there with a feature win or more under their belt. Brad Babb driving for car owner Billy Dixon. And there goes Travis Buzzell down pit road. He will drop out early. Car not quite to his liking on the handle, and not a whole lot of time tonight to work on that. Getting that car right. Things starting to heat up a little bit there for second and third. Alan Moeller's got it, looking to nail down his best finish of the season. And we say Hall of Famer when it comes to Alan Moeller. He's a 4-time champion and was a member of the Hall of Fame 3 years ago, but he's turned a lot of laps here at this racetrack. Matter of fact, Alan's first race here at Wiscasset Speedway was in 1978, so you do the math and figure out how long he's been turning laps here. Ryan Neal dropping out of the race all of a sudden. Tough break for the mods tonight. I know some of these guys managing their tires, trying to save the good stuff for their next race, which will be a 50-lapper on Boss Hog Day. Richard Jordan ends up in the infield. Ooh, hit the puddle, got his tires wet, so hopefully that... They'll hit halfway next time by the line for Brad Babb. Babb also runs in the 350 Smack Super Modified Series. Actually owns the Super Modified track record here. And has split time with car owner Billy Dixon. So Brad is this is only his 5th race of the year. That feature win coming back on May 30th. Richard Jordan still with big problems on that 68. Kind of lost it almost in the same spot. Really sawing on the wheel. Ends up looping it down there and into the infield. Now Nick Hinckley taking a look on the outside of Alan Moeller. Nick says it's go time if he wants to stay up with Brad Babb. They'll complete lap 20 this time by with 10 laps to go. Brad Babb's hands just steady as ever on the wheel of that number 33. Not really working, so you know your car's handling nicely. You can barely see his hands moving in that driver's compartment. Always been a very smooth driver anyway, but they have got that car dialed in nicely tonight. Nick Hinckley's got one win to his credit in that 15, but that came via the Tech Garage. But he has got the most podium appearances this year, kind of a carbon copy of how Ryan Phillips won the championship last year. Ryan with just one win, but led the class in top 3s and top 5s. And Nick Hinckley doing much of the same. He may come out of this with a pretty much insurmountable point lead here in this division, which would give him his record-tying 7th career championship here. That interval to Brad Babb is starting to close up a little bit. Babb all of a sudden slowing down a little bit. Moeller starting to gain some ground in the closing laps. This time by 2 laps to go. Moeller with a problem in the 60. Babb will get the win. Hinckley will take second. Allen still sawing on the wheel of that number 60. He will. Oh, I was one lap ahead of everyone. Sorry. Now Babb gets the win. Now Brad Babb gets the win. Nick Hinckley will take second, and Alan Moeller hangs on for third. Ethan Guptill fourth, Richard Jordan fifth in a between a couple early crashes in the heat race and then some mechanical issues for a couple of guys. Things thinned out a little bit here for the modifieds.
A little fun for the Kids Club, presented by Ward & Sons Construction. And make some noise for Brad Babb in the 33. All right, Brad, thanks for coming out today. Had the thing hooked up pretty good. It looked like the field was closing in on you a little bit. Was it you getting comfortable in the top position?
Yeah, I was just trying to manage the gap behind me there. It looked like they had a pretty good race going on in the mirror, and I kind of was enjoying watching it. I just really want to thank Bill Dixon for letting me drive the car, my parents for all their help, Don and Jean, John and Veronica, all the fans for coming out. I know it was a little bit of a rough day with the rain, but I'm glad everyone's out here.
All right, that's Brad Babb, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Hinckley. Hey, what happened with Moeller there on the last 1 or 2 laps?
Oh, he broke her sideways and yeah. He's got that Super Street gas pedal on him, so sometimes he likes to flatten there. But I don't know how the hell I stayed out of the back of him. Honestly, I thought for sure I was finishing him off in the infield. So we'll take second, just a little too tight. And got to thank Doug and Dwight Picard. Couldn't do it without them guys. Ideal Portable Toilets. All the crew down there, and hopefully we'll get the Pro Stocks a little bit better here for tonight and see if we can't get another top 3.
All right, that's Nick Hinckley, folks, in the 15. Alan Moeller held down second for 29 of 30 laps. You have fun out there?
I did, and I lost it. Nick didn't hit me. I lost it. I had it the last 7 laps. He was getting loose, and I knew if I didn't play my cards right, but this is awesome being up here again in top 3. Best run we've had in a while, I'll take it.
Who do you got to thank on the 60 machine?
Oh, Richard for letting me drive this hot rod, and Herbie, Larry, Dale, all the guys that helped me in the pit. Thank you very much.
All right, Alan Moeller having a great time in the 207 Mod Squad class. We'll get these guys up in front of the 33 for some top 3 photos in Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane. All right, hang tight, kids. We've actually got to do something else first, so you're going to be standing on the fence line for a moment longer. Be patient. First feature of the evening wrapped up. We're shaking things up. We're doing one feature before intermission time. The first feature after intermission will be our Pepsi Spotlight for the Thunder 4 Minis. We've got a couple of things to do right now, though, at intermission.
All right, kids, you hold on right there. Don't you move. We'll have you guys down here in just a moment, but had a pre-scheduled thing here I want to make sure we take care of. I always get a chance to have our drivers meet the crowd. We're going to do one here tonight as well. So I got Ricky Austin here, who's the driver of the number 42X Thunder 4 Mini, and Ricky, like we usually do with these interviews, give us a little bit of background on how you got into racing and got a steering wheel in your hand.
I started out growing up watching both of my fathers race, and then I slowly got into it when I was younger. I kind of took a turn for the worst in my teenage years, nothing that I'm ashamed of. I'm proud I overcome it. And then I got into racing once I come back home. We'll just leave it at that. And I've been head over heels for it. It's just, it does it for me. It gives me something to look forward to, and feels like it gives me a purpose. And I think if I can overcome that part and do it, I feel like any one of you kids or anybody can do it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and I like your approach. I remember interviewing you not too long ago here in Victory Lane, and I said, was it a matter of the car getting better or you? And you, without a hesitation, said it was you as a driver who's getting better and more confident in yourself.
Yes, I definitely think it's the seat time and keeping the mentality on the track. I find don't try to race the other guys, just try to drive your car fast.
And so how long have you been doing this? How long in the four-cylinder, the Thunder Force?
This is my fifth season right here.
Any aspirations to move up to a different division, or you finding your home right here?
I do love the 4-cylinder, but I'm definitely inspired highly on street stock, and we're looking into running street stock next year. We have a Monte Carlo that we're putting together, and we're still going to be back here with the green thing just to play around and support the Thunder 4 on the opposite week, and I'm highly looking forward to it.
Well, I know what, I wanted to let you know that all your hard work and accomplishments on the track, but your hard work and sportsmanship and your approach that you take when you're out of the car have caught our attention as well. So it's my pleasure to bring this little piece of hardware over to you right now, and it basically says 2026 Wiscasset Speedway July Driver of the Month, Ricky Austin, number 42, Thunder 4 Mini. So on behalf of all of us here at Wiscasset Speedway, congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. That's awesome.
I know you got a lot of good people helping you out.
Yes, thank you very.
Couple of feature wins, 3 wins in a row, as a matter of fact, couple seconds, so you guys are definitely on a roll.
Oh yeah, we're hoping for another one tonight. Try to stay humble. Anything can happen. You ain't gonna win them all, and we'll just do the best we can.
Who you want to thank for this?
I want to thank my wife, my brother Mickey Landry. He does a lot helping me out with the tin work. A little bit of coaching through the years, telling me to remain humble and keep my cool. David Cook, DCR Automotive, he's helped me a lot with the setups, as well as Derek Cook over in the pits there. I race with him everywhere. Huge thanks to them guys. My crew chief, Logan Almeida. The late nights that we spend just nut and bolting this thing and just making sure everything's perfect. It's beyond means to have a man to stand beside you to do all that.
All right, and on behalf of all of us at Wiscasset Speedway, congratulations once again. Your July Driver of the Month, Ricky Austin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready to go back racing? It's time for the Pepsi Spotlight feature.
All right, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our drivers are here for today's Pepsi Spotlight feature. Before we give you the starting lineups, we ask at this moment that you all please rise if able, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flag in the middle of the infield as we offer our invocation followed by the national anthem. And here to perform our invocation tonight from the Christian Motorcycle Association, please welcome Mr. Lee Pelletier.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful evening just to be held off and be able to see this racing. Before I even pray this evening, I want to thank the Lord for this beautiful country that we live in, for families like the Jordans who have allowed such sports to come out and families can enjoy, for this country and our military that's out serving today. They put their life on the line every day just for us, so we can enjoy things like this. So as we pray, let's think about those that are in harm's way. Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for this evening that we can come before you and pray and open and not fear. Lord, we thank you for the Jordan family and for all the work and the staff that does here to make this a family operation. Father, again, I pray for safety for each and every one of these drivers today as they roll around these tracks. They're doing what they enjoy to do, and it's because we live in a country that allows us to do that. Father, as we salute your flag, if we salute the flag of the United States, let us think of those that have gone in harm's way well before we ever came upon this earth. And here we are today celebrating another day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, folks, get settled in. It's time to meet our starting lineup. Before we give you the drivers, first let's give a nice round of applause for our junior official today. Welcome, Mr. Trent Reed. And now for your drivers, starting in the 9th position, driving the number 08 from Mount Vernon, welcome Josh Morse. Starting in the 8th position, driving the number 19 from Reedfield, welcome Zachary Hatch. Starting in the 7th position is car number 25 from Winslow. Welcome Carson Bellows. In the 6th starting position, your newly crowned July Driver of the Month in the number 42 from Norwich Walk. Welcome Ricky Austin. To his inside, starting in the 5th position, driving the number 7 from New Vineyard, it's the Squirrel, Shane Weber. In the 4th starting position, outside of row number 2, is the number 88C from Livermore. Welcome, Derek Cook. Inside, starting in the 3rd spot, driving the number 73 from Leeds. Welcome, Sean Bergeron. And on the front row on the outside, starting second in the 0X from Alna. Welcome, Jeff Farrington. And this former champion starts at the pole position in number 84 from Oxford. Welcome, Doug DeGroat. That's your starting lineup. Let's get our drivers strapped in and ready to race. All right, our drivers are all ready. Let's send things down to Nick Huff one more time.
All right, Ken, this is Wiscasset Speedway's #1 fan, Carol. She's been waiting her whole life to say this.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Awesome job, Carol. Let's go racing. Folks, Thunder 4 Minis getting their first shot at the Pepsi Spotlight tonight, so let them have it. Wave those hats, wave those hands, and send your favorite drivers off with best wishes for a safe and successful race. 30 laps tonight for the Maine Army National Guard Thunder 4 Minis. Field crossing up and ready to go next time around. Former champion Doug DeGroat, in just his second appearance of the season, will lead him to the green with Jeff Farrington on the outside. Derek Cook in that 88's got 3 feature wins. Ricky Austin has got the last 3 in a row here in this division in that number 42. But Shane Weber in the 7, he's your point leader in the division coming into the weekend. He has been the steadiest of the Thunder 4 drivers out there. Nate Sennett up on the flag stand, ready to turn him loose, and here we go. Green flag is out. Trouble for Jeff Farrington gets out of shape. Ricky Austin tags the wall. He hit it, but did he break anything? He is off the pace. A tough break for your July Driver of the Month and winner of the last 3 races in this class. Broken right front, and he will not be able to finish this race. Jeff Farrington, yeah, you see all the concrete dust on the right front. And the Green Hornet's not going to finish. He's going to head down pit road. And what a race up front between Doug DeGroat and Derek Cook. These guys normally run a 25-lap feature. They get 5 bonus laps tonight in the Pepsi Spotlight. Dead heat at the line. This scoring system scores to 1,000th of a second, and they were dead even at the line last time by. Shane Weber all alone in the 3rd position. Carson Bellows in his first appearance of the season in the 25. He made his Thunder 4 debut last year. Ever so slightly along the outside, Derek Cook is trying to make that work, but quite often these cars will push up in the corner. But Cook took the lead by 3/100ths of a second that time by the line. Neither driver has led by more than 1/10 of a second. Derek Cook still in charge, but the interval even smaller, 13 one-thousandths of a second. He's laying it out sideways over there in turn 3 and 4. Cook second in points, won the first 3 of the first 4 races of the season, and then had run into some mid-season problems. Doug DeGroat back in charge now by just 2 one-thousandths. First 10 laps in the books, third of the way through this one. Derek Cook settles it down in the tire tracks of the 84, trying to get him out of shape, and he does, but DeGroat hangs on. The beauty of front-wheel drive. Got the car of Sean Bergeron up ahead. We'll see how he plays into this battle for the lead. There goes the 19 of Zachary Hatch down pit road. Derek Cook in charge of this one now. They'll work their way around the 73 of Sean Bergeron. That lead starting to build up now. Oh, trouble on the back of turn number 3 and 4. Sean Bergeron goes around in the 73. He hasn't found the brake pedal yet. And then nicely pulls in front of the 08. That not sure if that was a wise move, but fortunately the 08 was able to get on the brakes quick enough. Brings out the first caution of the race.
Yeah, also a little close for Jeff Farrington. I'm sure that made him pucker up just a little bit going into 3. He locked up the brakes and got slightly sideways before he was able to get off the brakes and steer away from the incident. I think that's possibly what happened to Ricky Austin right off the bat on lap 1, is he got on the brakes real hard to avoid the spinning car as well of Jeff Farrington. And I could be mistaken, but it looked like he had the brakes locked up and smoking all the way up into the wall on that 42, and that makes it hard to steer away from it. Sometimes you got to tell yourself to let off the brakes, and then the front wheels will catch and steer it away. Yeah, it was very unfortunate that Ricky was able to get that Driver of the Month award and then only last 1 corner in the feature. But also, hats off to him for keeping it green and not just sitting there on the track bringing out an intentional yellow.
All right, lights off on the pace car. Lineup is set. We're ready to get back at it. Derek Cook and Doug DeGroat, they had put on quite a battle first half of the race. You've got Shane Weber and Jeff Farrington lined up side by side there on row number 2. Bill Pierce behind the wheel of the Norm's Used Cars Ford Mustang pace car. He'll head into the infield, and we have got another green flag back underway. Derek Cook got the jump this time. Doug DeGroat has to settle it into second. Shane Weber, actually, that's a backup car. His primary car couldn't get out of first round of practice, was able to get another car down here and able to race to try to maintain his point lead. He holds an 8-point advantage over Derek Cook coming into tonight. Weber looking for his second career championship. Derek Cook looking for his first. Jeff Farrington with the preferred line on the inside of Weber. Weber right out close to the wall. Chased it up the track and again pushes up wide out of turn 4. Jeff Farrington with one podium finish to his credit this season. That came a month ago. Weber right out under the flag stand. Hey, we appreciate Doug DeGroat being back here with us. So we mentioned he's a former champion, but his home track is up the road at OPS. But when they're off, he likes to come down here and play when he can, and has that 84 looking good tonight. Into the final 10. Almost bonus time for the Thunder Fours. As I said, their first spotlight race of the season. Derek Cook trying to match Ricky Austin with his 4th win of the season. That 88 car looking fast and racy like it did early on in the 2026 season. Had mentioned that he had some issues middle of the year that kept him out of the top 3. There goes Sean Bergeron down pit road. He'll drop out early. That lead is built up to nearly 2 seconds now over Doug DeGroat. DeGroat all alone in second. Farrington has 3rd place well in hand.
Something has gone awry on the 7 of Shane Weber. He was sitting comfortably in 4th, but with 5 laps to go, Shane Weber has dropped off the pace. And that is going to help Derek Cook take over the points lead with Shane Weber's misfortunes.
Yeah, Cook got 2 of those 8 points in the heat race today, and he's going to get 8 more here in the feature. 2 laps to go. Pending post-race tech, Cook will leave here with a 2-point lead over Weber. Yeah, you hear the motor going sour. The hamster fell off the wheel. Checkered flag, ready to fly. Derek Cook will take the win. He'll coast it across the finish line. And a couple new faces will join him in victory lane. Cook picks up his 4th win of the season and the point lead in the process. Came in 8 behind Weber. He'll leave 2 ahead of Weber with just a couple races to go. Doug DeGroat, just his 2nd appearance of the season, will net him a 2nd place trophy. And Jeff Farrington, 1 other podium finish for him this year. As the Pepsi Spotlight on the Thunder 4 Minis, let's send things down to Nick Huff in Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane.
All right, Derek Cook climbs out of the 88C. Derek, heck of a race with DeGroat for quite some time. That had to be fun.
Yeah, I gave him a bump coming out of 2. Let him correct it, obviously, but his car's a little light in the rear. But yeah, no, it was fun.
Who do you got to thank on the 88 ride? You're going to take the points lead after tonight.
I'd like to thank Ken. He sponsors me every week. He's here. He drives his little buggy around with trophies on it, whatnot. This one's going to go to him, too. Ricky, he always helps me out. We bounce off each other on setup and stuff. And my old lady, Mariah, my parents. Who else? Tim Sullivan. He hasn't come yet, but he sponsors as well. But yeah, that's about it.
All right, Derek Cook, ladies and gentlemen, he'll take the Thunder 4 mini points lead after tonight. Hey, Doug DeGroat in the 84. Welcome back. Did you have a good time out there?
Yeah, it was about one of the funnest races I've had this year, racing with Cook. Run me clean. Just trying to, a little tight, couldn't get through the center. He knew that, so he just stayed out there. I got to thank sponsors, Ken's Car Care, all my customers, DeGroat's Garage, Support Me, Chuck's Auto Body, and Advanced Painting, and Lynn Spring.
All right, welcome back, Doug DeGroat, everybody. Give him a round of applause. How about Jeff Farrington? Jeff, man, you went for a little bit of a wild ride right off the bat in turn 1. Tell us about that one.
The kid's got no patience, clearly. It just sent me right in the beginning. It's just, I ain't even going to bother with him. He's just a fucking clueless meat stick. But anyway, thanks for the Jordans for running this place. And my brother-in-law he's been fishing 25 years in Dutch Harbor and didn't even make it out of Alaska. And this one's for you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, Jeff Farrington makes a comeback up into the top 3 after a first lap incident. And that is your Pepsi Spotlight feature top 3 for the Thunder 4s, brought to you by Maine Army National Guard. Hey, Ken. We're drawing off the winner for the Enduro raffle with Penny after the Super Street feature. So this is last call. Get your Enduro car raffle ticket if you want in on that during this Super Street feature. This is it.
Time for the Darlings Brunswick Ford Super Streets. All right, we'll start rattling off some of our Kids Club backpack winners, too, as soon as we have an opportunity, whether it's a caution or at the end of this race. So be on the listen for your name. If you hear it, go see Penny. 30 laps as usual for the Super Streets tonight. Next time these guys will be in action will be on Boss Hog 150 Sunday with a 50-lapper. On the front row, Kevin Douglas and Dan Nesmith will line up side by side. Then comes Josh Hall and Brandon Jewett on row 2. Andy Caherl and Kevin Sherman are on row 3. Bubba Pelton in the 27 is the reigning champion. Noah Haggett to his outside in the 54. Your most recent winner and point leader is the 58 of David Greenleaf. Ben Jewett on the outside in the number 97. And rookie Alex Cromwell has jumped up from the Strictly Streets to race Supers. Just his second appearance of the season. Bill Pierce will take the turn, and Douglas and Nesmith ready to hit the loud pedal. And here we go. Green is out. Problems for Brandon Jewett. He got up out of the way, and he drops anchor and falls all the way to the back. Going to check in to see how his dad's doing in the 97. In the meantime, Kevin Douglas sets sail out front in the Peter Lynn-owned number 43. Josh Hall second. Then comes Andy Caherl into third. Caherl with a run to the inside of Hall. They'll go wheel to wheel for second and third. Kevin Sherman waits in fourth. Bubba Pelton holding down fifth. Kevin Douglas in the number 43 with a sizable lead already. Looking to pick up his first win driving this car. Stacked up for second and back as Caherl and Hall remain side by side. Give that spot to Josh Hall by just 2/100ths of a second. Kevin Sherman's got a good seat for that battle, but nowhere to go right now. Got to give a nod to the young man in the 117, Josh Hall, holding a nice wheel up there on the top side of Andy Caherl as they continue to put on a great battle for second and third. Full straightaway lead now for Kevin Douglas, up to 2.1 second. That car was absolutely destroyed earlier on this season with a bad wreck up in turn 3, but he is back up front and looking in command of this race. Caherl and Hall continue to trade second and third back and forth. And Josh Hall finally gives up on it. He held his own on the outside really nicely for 8 laps. Now Andy Caherl, who came into the weekend second in points behind David Greenleaf. But Greenleaf with a pretty sizable advantage on the point sheet. One guy kind of laying back and not making much progress is that 54 of Noah Haggett. I know he usually likes to save his stuff for the second half of the race, but he is not showing a lot of speed. He's mired back there in the 8th position right now. Perhaps saving his stuff for the 50-lapper, which is next in 2 weeks. Now Bubba Pelton ready to make his move, the 27, setting up shop on the high side of Kevin Sherman. Pelton picked the wrong lane because Josh Hall sweeps up into the second groove as Kevin Sherman fills the spot on the low side. We are halfway through, 15 down, 15 to go. Bubba thought he would get 2 cars in one deal, but ends up losing a spot as Kevin Sherman takes advantage of that opening on the bottom from Josh Hall. The kid has spent a lot of time up there on the high side and no doubt gaining a lot of confidence in that number 117. Kevin Douglas trying to become the 6th different winner in this class this season. Always one of the most competitive divisions here at Wiscasset Speedway. Again, give that third spot to Josh Hall by just a bumper, 3/100ths of a second, the interval between Hall and Sherman. It'll be 10 laps to go this time by. Everyone watching that third place battle. First and second look solid. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth all look up for grabs. But it's still Josh Hall running perhaps his best race of the season in the 117. Still holds that position by just 4/1000ths of a second. Bubba Pelton, he's got the front row seat for this battle, but he as well is boxed in with nowhere to go. Now Sherman takes it by just 1/100th. Back and forth they go. Hall with a good run into turn 3. Josh has not been on the podium this season in that number 117. His best finish was the 4th early on this year. And we have got just 5 laps to go. Yeah, remember the leader is that 43, a half a track ahead of this great third place battle. Andy Gahul all alone in second. Will Bubba Pelton get impatient and try to put himself into that battle? What a run between these two. And I don't believe those two cars have touched once this entire race. Sherman takes it at the line by just 1/100th that time. And we have got 2 laps to go. Little bit of a slip from Sherman brings Hall back into the picture. White flag and 1 lap to go. Pelton might stick a nose under. Here comes your winner. Kevin Douglas takes the win. Andy Gahul will take second. Who is going to get third? Here they come out of turn 4. Hall is sideways. Around goes Nesmith over in turn 3 at the same time. What a battle between Kevin Sherman and Josh Hall. And the kid might have ended up in 4th place, but he drove his best race in a Super Street in his brief career and showed these boys that, yes, you do have an outside groove to race in. I think the kid deserves a nice round of applause on his way by the grandstands. He'll hit the back wall for top 5 tire check. Actually got to see if he's ever had a Super Street win. He's good at keeping his record, so maybe he'll let us know, but I'm going to see if I can find out first. Yeah, he does have a Super Street win back in 2008. But an entertaining race for the Darlings Brunswick Ford Super Street. So let's send things down to Nick Huff in Victory Lane. By the way, I'm going to rattle off a bunch of Kids Club winners here too, so let's take care of that first.
Hey, make some noise for Kevin Douglas. All right, Kevin, this car was lights out today, and you guys have come a long way since a big one on the backstretch like a month ago, so this one has to feel pretty good.
Yeah, Peter Lint right there. Him and Luke, they bust their ass on this thing. And, the thing was destroyed, and they put this back together. And, the course of the year, I was feeling like I was letting them down because we hadn't really had the finishes that I thought we should. And, they felt the opposite. So they've gone to work on this thing. They have made it amazing. Like from start of the year to right now, night and day, this thing just about drove itself. So I can't thank them enough, first and foremost, to even give me this opportunity. And then my buddy Mike for always spotting my parents. My daughter's here. My wife is not. She's going to be mad because she wasn't here for the 100-lapper that I won either. So got to thank all them. Got to thank Charlie's on the Hood, Redline, Kennebec Roofing. I think that's it. And Pete and Luke for all they do.
All right, Kevin Douglas, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Cahurl. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your career best Super Street finish?
No, this is our 4th or 5th podium this year. We won earlier this year too. So.
Oh shoot. I apologize, man.
Good run. 43 was on rails all day. We weren't going to catch him. We just had the stagger open up in the back a little bit, so I was just a little too free there. All in all, another good run, good finish. Thanks to my crew. They rock, man, this constant work, and we've really stepped up our program this year, and it's awesome. I got to thank Arundel House of Pizza, Bingas, of course, for feeding the crew every week, Bob, the screen printer, Bob's Auto Service, County Insurance, the Sanborns, man, they do so much for me. Coastal Race Fabrication, James Osmond's the best to do it. Builds really fast race cars, and I got to thank K&A Property Services, my wife, my boy, my family. Got some friends out here tonight, so really, really happy with the finish, and hopefully we can end the year on a high note.
All right, that's Andy Cahurl, folks. I got to apologize. I totally forgot about that win. His first Super Street career win was just a few races ago, so nice job, Andy Cahurl. Kevin Sherman, all eyes were on you and Josh Hall. What a race.
It was a marathon. It was hot in there, and it was tight, and, my car was loose, but it was a tight race, and I want to commend Josh for a great, outside run. That's hard. That's a big task, and we brought home 3rd place, and I can't be happier.
All right, who helps you on this 11 ride?
Man, my family has been by my side, and we've battled with this car. We've fought it, and we threw a crapshoot setup in it today, and it worked. So I want to thank Norm's Used Cars, of course, my father, and my pit crew, my crew chief, my spotter, everybody that's here, all the fans, and I'm happy to be here, man.
Are we going to see you again on Boss Hog Weekend doing double duty? I know you love those Crown Vics.
It's quite possible. We'll keep it in the mix.
It's up in the air right now. We might see Kevin Sherman back doing double duty on Boss Hog Weekend, but he finishes 3rd tonight in the Super Street feature. And, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to give away a Enduro raffle car.
Cole's gonna draw.
Okay. Pro Stocks are barking at the bit to come out next.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
All right, Pro Stock set to go. Pro Stock set to go the regular 40-lap distance. We got Logan Melcher and Stephen Chicoine on the front row. Then comes Andy Gilbert and Nick Hinckley on row number 2. Row 3 has Austin Terrace in the number 72. J.R. Robinson in the number 28. Both drivers tuning up for the Boss Hog in a couple weeks. Marco Gilbert in the number 17B. That's Andy's dad out there. To his outside to be... There, I'll turn that down. To his outside, Shane Lane in the 02. Kelly Moore's in the 47. Let's go racing. One driver looking to turn his luck around is that 41 of Logan Melcher. He has left in a bucket the last 2 times he's raced here. And he is out to a quick lead already in the number 41. Andy Gilbert racing with Stephen Chicoine on the outside for second and third. Little contact in turn number 4. And yeah, what a save by Andy Gilbert. Nick Hinckley nearly got into him, but he was able to find the brakes. Gonna have to peel his fingers off the steering wheel, but a great save by Andy Gilbert. Austin Terrace has worked his way up into third. He's brought J.R. Robinson with him into fourth. Andy Gilbert has fallen back to fifth, but still has a race car under him. Logan Melcher setting the pace. Had turned the fastest lap early on with a 15:08. These guys were in the 14s during heat race action this afternoon. Logan Melcher looking to pick up his second win of the season. He was able to get his first win back in middle of July, but then had DNFs in his last 2 races. There goes Shane Lane down pit road. Nick Hinckley came into the weekend with a 14-point lead over Stephen Chicoine. Right now, Chicoine looking like he, at this moment, to pick up a few points on Nick Hinckley. As we're 10 laps into this 40-lap race. If the race were to end right here, Hinckley would leave here with a 4-point lead over Stephen Chicoine. But we have got a long way to go. Stephen, perhaps the most consistent driver here in the Pro Stock division this season. Actually leads with the most top 5s, with 6 of them this year. Back behind them, Austin Terrace, his first appearance of the year. Winner of the Boss Hog 2 years ago. He has won multiple times up the road at Speedway up in Herman, driving for that number 72 car for Chad Dow. $15 down, we'll make it 16 this time by the line. That interval has leveled out at about 1.1 second, 1.2 seconds right in there between Melcher and Chicoine. The two drivers with identical lap times last time around at 15:33. Terrace holding a 2-car length advantage over J.R. Robinson. J.R. shaking the car down, likely to see him in a couple weeks. Actually closing up ground now on Austin Terrace. Third place on the podium, still up for grabs. Halfway this time, 20 down, 20 to go. Terrace goes up wide. Robinson gets the nose underneath and able to pull to the inside. He'll take over third. Terrace will give up the spot and settle into fourth now, right ahead of Nick Hinckley. Hinckley in fifth, Gilbert in sixth. Got a 5-car freight train from third place back. Kelly Moore trying to grab a spot away from Andy Gilbert. And here goes Nick Hinckley with a pass on the inside of Austin Terrace. Hinckley able to make a quick pass and drive away. Moves him up to fourth. Nick came into the weekend with a 14-point lead. And Austin Terrace is going to tap out just past halfway. Logan Melcher, Largent in charge up front. And that interval remains at 1.3 seconds. Chicoine solid in second. Ahead of his closest rival in the points, Nick Hinckley, who's 2 positions back in fourth. But he is gaining on J.R. Robinson for that final podium position. Nick Hinckley trying to make Wiscasset Speedway history by getting his record-tying 7th championship and possibly his record-setting 8th championship. Logan Melcher now starting to stretch out that lead. It's up to a little over 1.5 seconds now with 10 laps to go. Once again, we'll keep an eye on that third place battle. J.R. Robinson's got it. Hinckley within striking distance. Kelly Moore in the mix as well in the 47. Now Kelly Moore ready to make a move in the 47. Sets up shop on the high side of Nick Hinckley. .33 complete. Make it 34 this time by the line for Logan Melcher. Things starting to tighten up for third, fourth, and fifth. J.R. Robinson in defense mode with 5 laps to go. Trying to hold off 2 of the division's top drivers. Kelly Moore takes over third, drives around J.R. Robinson. Hinckley will make the move as well. He gets around the 28. Inside the final two, White Laundry will fly this time on the 41 of Logan Melcher, looking to go wire to wire. They don't come much easier than this, and I think this guy needed it. Logan Melcher goes wire to wire for the win. Stephen Chicoine, another solid run in second. Kelly Moore will take third. Hinckley fourth. Robinson fifth. I know this guy's excited about a win no matter what. They don't usually come this easy for the 41, but as I said, he probably needed as much as anyone, as that car is left in a bucket the last two times he's raced. Second win of the season for the 41. Unfortunately out of championship contention, but they're always showing up to try to pick up the W's, and we will see how the excitable boy is doing tonight. Let's send things down to Nick Huff in Victory Lane one more time.
He's climbing out, folks. Logan Melcher, he's so excited. He doesn't even take the helmet off in typical Logan Melcher fashion.
I can't get it off in the car.
Oh, lights out for the number 41. Man, Logan, I'm sure you didn't want to see any cautions, and that's what you got. What do you think? You think the 01 had anything for you if that happened?
He might have. The car was pretty good. I got a pretty good lead, then I could just kind of do my thing, just kind of drive in a circle for a little while and just kind of hope it stayed green and save a little bit if I had to. I mean, it don't feel the same as the last win, but it feels better in a different way, if you know what I mean.
You looking forward to 2 weeks down the road?
I am. I got a title to defend, and I'm here to defend it, man. After the last couple races, man, getting this thing wadded up, fixing it, then I just had a brain fart and wrecked myself on Nick. And the car was too damaged. I was too damaged to come out and race the last race. And I had to just go home, hit reset. We had to go home, fix it, put a white nose on it. And me, my dad, Randy Schmidt, Stevie Jakes, Don Frechette, Dan DiGiuseppe, we all just sat there, and night after night we just worked on this thing, and we put it together. It ain't pretty. It's pretty quick though, so I'll take that definitely. Sponsors, man, I got TNL Automotive, Distance Race Cars, Jeff Taylor. Guy builds the best race cars out there. I don't care what anybody says. L&R Granite Works, Hilltop Collision, Buck Sand and Gravel, Gary Bright. I got Trudy's Garden, Trudy Jeff Marshall. I had a lot of support. People text me the last couple of weeks just saying, keep going, head up, chin up. And just thank you for everybody. Just thank you very much. Appreciate all of you.
All right, folks. Logan Melcher is the defending Boss Hog winner, and he's going to go into that big race in 2 weeks as the most recent feature winner. Stephen Chicoine, you're having quite the banner year this season, a win and a bunch of seconds.
Yeah, it feels good to be running up here with the front runners now. It took us a few years to get our program together, but I got to thank Jeff Taylor, Distance Race Cars. Couldn't do it without him. We're talking to him every week, helping us get better. Just switched over to his shocks, and that was a huge help. I'm going to thank the crew, Calvin, Jason, Chris, Colton, Robert helping out, all my sponsors, HF Motorsports, Trudy and Baldacci, Androscoggin Savings Bank, Miller Fitness, Foreshore Insurance Brokers, Paul White Company, Bourget and Banda, Redline Motors, couldn't do it without them. Thank my mom for being here tonight and the family and everyone. So just thank you, Wiscasset Speedway too. Had a lot of great races here this year and had a lot of fun. So looking forward to next year as well.
All right, that's Stephen Chicoine. He's second in the points. And he just chipped away a few more points tonight on Nick Hinckley's points lead. Kelly Moore, hey, you were a bit of a sleeper there, waiting to the end to sneak up on him and go right to the top side. Made some progress there.
Yeah, we started in the rear there. It made it tough there for a little bit, but the 41 got track position on us for sure. He was way out front, but we kept digging. They kept cheering me on the radio, and we just kept plugging away.
All right, Kelly. Glad to see you up here. Who do you got to thank on the 47 ride?
I want to thank Finish Line Floors, Floor Coatings, my son's company, and SOS Towing that let me borrow an engine this week, and obviously Jordan Excavation, the Jordans stand behind me 100%, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Looking forward to seeing these top three in 2 weeks in the prestigious Boss Hog 150. $10,000 on the line. Logan Melcher collected that big paycheck last year. Will he do it again, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? We'll send it back up in the booth to Ken Minot.
All right, somebody said the 50-50 winner's over there on the back wall, so we'll get them over here to the front to claim their money. And let's get ready to roll out our last race of the evening. It's the County Trust 4-cylinder pros. Four-cylinder pros will wrap up tonight's race program as we clear out Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane. Lineup has Austin Spencer in the number 11 with Brody Picard to its outside in the 99. Then will come Jay Plummer in the 45, Adam Taylor in the 8. Roddy Romano is in the number 3. Chastity Shorty, your point leader and May driver of the month in the number 19. Your most recent winner, Max Parlin, a.k.a. Frank, in the number 26. And rookie Nicky Spiata in his second race of the season in the number 07. Jerry, push harder. .25 laps ahead for the Pro 4s. All right, lights are off on the Norm's Used Cars Ford Mustang pace car. Austin Spencer picked up his first checkered flag with a heat win earlier today. We'll see if he's able to nail down his first career feature win. One of the young drivers who moved up from LST Motorsports Park and mainly karting up the road in Richmond. We got a great group of rookies here in this class this year. Here we go. Green flag is out. Nate Sennett's got him back underway. Picking up right where they left off, all packed up tight. Here comes Brody Picard into the lead. Watch back in the field. Chastity Shorty was thinking about 3 wide, but settles it back in behind. But Max Parlin, he'll make it 3 wide. Chastity dips in behind the 26. Adam Taylor dropping back. He's had a tough second half of his season. won on opening day, and unfortunately it's been a bit downhill after he lost his primary car early in the season. Brody Picard with a big lead already in that number 99, up over a second already. Jay Plummer trying to secure second. He, using the high side of the track, will drive around Austin Spencer. But as usual, the two you want to keep an eye on, Parlin in the 26, Shorty in the 19. Max is up to third already. Chastity will move up into fourth. That puts Austin Spencer back to fifth. Nicky Spiata in his first night race in that 07, a whole different animal for that young kid. Gets down to the bottom, let the leaders race through. Seven laps complete will make it 8 complete as Brody Picard leading his first laps of the season in the 99. This division has produced 4 feature winners this year so far. Picard looking to become the 5th different winner. Picard's lead has shrunk down to just about a half a second now. Nicky Spiata is going to call it a race of 07 heading down pit road. And Brody Picard's lead is down to just a couple tenths now over the 45. And Rowdy Romano and Austin Spencer getting together over there in turn 3 and 4. I want to congratulate George Field winning the 50-50 tonight. This caution coming out with 13 complete out of 25, just past halfway. All right, Rowdy Romano able to drive away. Not a caution that Mr. Picard wanted to see, as he's now got the division's top 3 drivers surrounding him on this restart. Hopefully all the kids were able to get down there to get their backpacks. We did have one birthday to wish here. Richard Campbell's birthday on Monday will be 34. I do want to, I can't remember, I hope I'm not, well, I'll wait. Somebody having an anniversary, I think it was tonight. Either that or I'm a week early, but. Lights off on the pace car, set to go. All right, I was right. It is today. I want to wish Blake and Kim Brown a happy 40th anniversary, celebrating it right here at Wiscasset Speedway. Good side-by-side battle for the lead. Plummer in the 45, he's got one win. Picked that up just a few weeks ago, a couple races ago. And Brody Picard holding his own nicely in that 99. He is just a sophomore in this division, just in his second year. This car good on early runs. Plummer needs a few laps to get really going in the 45. But Jay takes the lead by 7/1000ths of a second at the line. Max Parlin waits in third right behind them. Don't count out Chastity Shorty for a podium. This four-cylinder Pro division has turned out some good young racers here throughout this season. As I said, 4 different winners, looking for the 5th different winner tonight. Jay Plummer right out to the wall. That was kind of close. But if that's where the car wants to run, he's going to let her eat up on the top side.
Five fingers are in the air, 5 to go for Jay Plummer. Jay Plummer has one win this season. Can it be number 2? He's pulling away big time and leaving them in the dust to duke it out for runner-up honors. As Chastity Shorty pulled up along the outside of Brody Picard. I thought Chastity Shorty was out of the picture, as at the drop of the green for this restart, she was not keeping up with the top 3 for the first couple laps, but evidently she needs to get wound up for a little bit too. Close quarters for third. Brody Picard is trying to keep Max Parlin pinched. Parlin will not be denied, and he's going to move into third. Unfortunately for Brody, he's knocked out of podium contention.
2 laps to go for Jay Plummer. Picard still with one of his best showings in just his second year, matching his career best in 4th. Was looking for his first podium. And we've got 1 lap to go. Final time down through turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag ready to fly. Jay Plummer will take the win. Chastity Shorty will bring it home in second. Max Parlin third. Your top 3 in the division showing up once again. Chastity came into the weekend with a 28-point lead over Jay Plummer. We will celebrate in Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane one more time.
Yeah, career win number 2 for Jay Plummer. He climbs out, folks, makes some noise. This guy's turning into quite the racer in his second or third year racing in this division. Just picked up his first career win this season. Now it's win number 2 time. Jay Plummer, you're getting the hang of these, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I finally have it figured out. I'm glad it stayed green there. Well, it stayed clean. I was hoping there wasn't going to be a yellow there, but I'm glad we did again. We got this top working pretty good, so I'm pretty happy.
Who do you got to thank that helps you on the red 45 machine?
Oh, we got to thank Pat Winters. He's
I call him crew chief. He's the one, the brains behind the operation. F&A Enterprises, Wound Up Marine. My brother was spotting for me today, so I got to thank him.
All right, folks, that's Jay Plummer, your County Trust Pro 4 winner this evening. Chastity, you were a bit of a sleeper. Came in late to the party. You tried to be quick to the party with that 3-wide maneuver right off the bat. Tell us about your up and down race.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really expect we were going to get here from the morning we had. But yeah, that restart was super helpful. The initial thing didn't really work out too well, but it was worth a shot.
It was close. You were so close to be able to cut down and come back in line in front of them, but just stayed out in the third groove a tad bit too long.
Yeah, just didn't get enough momentum there on the initial, but oh well, whatever. It was a clean race for the most part, so.
You still hold on to the points lead, so who do you got to thank on the 19 car?
I got to thank William Mudjoint, R&K Auto, Anthony Automotive, Folsom Lawn Care, Folsom Properties, Water's Edge, Central Maine Crane, Maine Mountain Timber Frame, Central Maine Equipment and Motorsports, Pinkham's Cove Marine, Whitney Automotive, Aunt Liz, Steve, Kyle, my mom, Travis, and my grandfather.
All right, that's Chastity Shorty, ladies and gentlemen. Your points leader still exiting the night. And Max Parlin. Max, you won the last race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. And you and Chastity, you always seem to find yourselves around each other. You guys are kind of the standouts of the class this season, it looks like. You have some fun out there?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a good race, but.
But what? You just wished you did better than third?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy to be here because I was kind of falling off on the outside, but I got Adam, and I'm happy to be here.
Who do you got to thank that helps you?
Tuttle's Energy, Spring Curtis, Bunker Hill, my Dad, Sam, Mom, Papa, Grammy, and that's it.
All right, that's Max Parlin wrapping up the top 3 this evening. And the moisture is coming down. We got the races done just in time. How awesome is that? Great night of racing. We'll send it back up to Ken one more time for the evening.
All right, thank you very much, Nick Huff. Congrats to our top 3 once again in victory lane, and all our top 3, all of our winners tonight here on this program. We appreciate everyone adjusting their schedules a little bit. Got it started late, but got it in just in time. Hope to see you next Saturday. Be sure to grab a friend and bring them along with you. We'll make some room. $5 as always, no matter the show. Come join us for the next one here at Wiscasset Speedway. On behalf of Richard and Vanessa Jordan and the entire staff, thank you guys for coming. Have a great rest of your weekend. Travel safely. Good night.